Yes guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. So, as you know, it's been a dreadful time for Manchester United, losing 2-0 against Burnley at Old Trafford. The fans chanting against the owners and Ed Woodward. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looking more and more out of his depth. Issues with Manchester United players on the pitch, as you see that Manchester United's squad is down to its bare bones. Issues running right throughout the club. United not closing the gap on that top four. And Jason McAteer found it in him to blame Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba, a man that wasn't at Old Trafford, wasn't involved, hasn't played at all this season and has been injured for most of it, is being blamed for where Manchester United lie right now. Can you believe it? Can you fucking believe it? Jason McAteer, you are an absolute bellend. An absolute bellend. How can you possibly, out of all this that is going on, issues with the owners, issues with Woodward, issues with the manager, issues with squad depth, issues with no activity in the transfer market, all those issues at Manchester United, and you find it in you to blame Paul Pogba? How is this how is it actually possible? I can't get my head. I am absolutely shocked this morning. I was sat there on Twitter watching this video thinking, is this a meme? Has someone made up this quote and it's a meme? And it was actually real. I see Jason McAteer blaming Paul Pogba for where Manchester United are right now. I genuinely do. It's almost like Paul Pogba's the one that took $1 billion out of the club. Now look, I know Paul Pogba hasn't performed the greatest when he has played. He's been one of our best players in his time here, but he could have performed better on a consistent basis. And I understand criticism of that when he plays. But this is a man that hasn't played for so long. Probably hasn't been in the dressing room for a while. And you can find it in you to blame him. Are we seriously doing this? First off, let's pick the holes in your argument. You talk about leaders. Paul Pogba is a leader. Whether he's your typical Roy Keane type leader, John Terry, Steven Gerrard type leader, or he's obviously not. But he is a leader. Players look up to him. We've seen how he has been around the France camp that went on to win the World Cup. We've seen how he's been around some of the players at Manchester United and how some of those players look up to him. And yet you think he's not a leader. You question his ability to lead. But at Old Trafford, if you wanted to point the finger at anybody regarding leading, how about Ashley Young, our club captain, who refused to play and left this month to join Inter Milan? Could you not find room in your heart to speak about him? How about Harry Maguire, our new club captain, worth £80 million, who played everyone on side for Burnley's first goal? You could easily find something to complain about him, who actually played on the night. How about David De Gea, who's been out of form for God knows how long and hasn't performed? How about Nemanja Matic, cost £40 million, Premier League experienced midfielder? But you want to talk about a man that is injured and not in the team? Please make it make sense. It's baffling to me. It really is baffling. The man wants to talk about leaders like Adam Lallana. Adam Lallana? Adam Lallana, the geezer that's out there choking under 23 players. Is that your leader? James Milner, Jordan Henderson. Bro, James Milner, Jordan Henderson, fair play to them. They've done very well with their careers and they're doing very well at this moment in time, and I'm sure they're vital cogs to what Liverpool are doing. But you're comparing Paul Pogba to them. Are you being serious? Liverpool would still be as successful with or without them. Did you not see the stats and figures Paul Pogba was putting up in a below par Manchester United side? Did you not see that? How can you be comparing him to these lot? Please make it make sense. It's mad to me. Because we have these people getting paid wedge to sit on TV and talk about football. And they talk absolute rubbish. Anybody that knows Paul Pogba knows what kind of character he is. Great to be around the dressing room. All this. Players that have spoken about him, Marcus Rashford, says he loves it when Paul Pogba's playing. He wants to play with Paul Pogba all the time. How is he a negative influence on this team? Because he wants to leave. Alright, that's really disappointing to me as a Man United fan, as a person that likes Paul Pogba as a player. I can see that he could have performed better at times, but I like him as a player. But him wanting to leave, yes, he maybe could have gone about it better and not spoke about it in public, but did he ever threaten to not train? Did he ever pull out of training like Romelu Lukaku? Be seen in talks with other clubs when he was supposed to be training with Man United on pre-season? Was that Paul Pogba, or did he get his head down and carry on with pre-season training? Tried to play through injury against Rochdale and ended up getting even more injured. Was that not Paul Pogba? How can you question his leadership and his commitment? Yes, he may want to leave, but can you blame him? Look at the way this club is being run. Look at this club without him. Problems in the managerial department, problems in the ownership department, problems in the directors department, problems with who makes our footballing decision. And you want to blame Paul Pogba? Make it make sense, please. And we've seen this. We've seen this already play out in the media. We see it all the time. Graham Souness at it. Even Ryan Giggs the other day. Like, Giggsy, bruv, I love you. Legend for the club. You had some discrepancies off the pitch. And you want to talk about Paul Pogba listening to Islamic scriptures while he's in the back of a car because he's injured. And you want to talk about, Raheem. Even our own legends are guilty of it at times. But this is ridiculous. We saw this happen with Raheem Sterling. A disgraceful slanted media bias against him. The way he was spoken about in the press. The way he was spoken about for buying a house or buying his mama a house. Or buying nice things or going to the pound shop. And we see it with Paul Pogba. He dances. Oh, that's bad. He smiles. That's bad. He's injured. Oh, he's faking it. What is it? We see Raheem Sterling go through all of this, the negativity in the media, spread into negativity in the stands, lead to racist abuse. And I'm not saying, because of what's in the newspapers, you have a right to go and do that. And you have no responsibility yourself. But these things have an impact. These things have an impact on the way people see these footballers and these people. And we're doing it now with Paul Pogba. Criticise him for his football and his performances. By all means do that. But questioning his attitude, his character. It's fucking bizarre. He didn't play. He wasn't at Old Trafford. How are you coming out with this? You don't be talking about Matic, Maguire. Why? A racially biased press towards Paul Pogba. It's that simple. We've seen it with Raheem Sterling. We see it even with, when you look outside of the sporting hemisphere, we see it with Meghan Markle. I can't stand the royal family, but the way she's treated is nuts. And the way they go around these things and the way they say these things, it's like, it's not racist, it's not because he's black. But you don't talk about anybody else for smiling or dancing or anything like that. If he got his head down, grafted, worked hard, stayed quiet, didn't have a character, didn't have a personality, didn't do this, would you be saying anything? Because you can't question him as a leader, that's bullshit. You can't question him as a player, because that's bullshit. Like, he's better than these men that you're talking about. Yes, for Manchester United, I understand United fans saying, well, he hasn't done it for us quite consistently. He could have been better. Totally get it. I totally get it. But all the rest of it is fucking bizarre to me, man. It's bizarre. And someone like Jason McAteer. Fuck Jason McAteer. Same geezer that was part of the Spice Boys. Same geezer that was part of the Spice Boys got beat by United in a cup final after turning up like pricks. Same geezer that was in the Spice Boys and then said he was unhappy that they were prejudged because of the way they dressed and the way they acted and the way they danced. Well, they didn't dance because they got no rhythm, but you were disappointed you were prejudged. Yet you want to go and do the same to Paul Pogba, a man that you're not worth polishing his boots. Please have a day off, Jason McAteer, you idiot. And he's not the only one out there that's like this. He's not the only one out there that's like this. It's a disgrace. Look, if you've criticised Paul Pogba in the past, yeah, I'm not saying that means you're racist at all. Like I said, I've been unhappy with some of his performances. He's been inconsistent for United. In that same period, he's been our best player. I thought he was player of the season last year. Got some unwarranted criticism, but at the same time, some warranted criticism. But if you can't see what some of this media reporting is and how it bears similarities to that of Raheem Sterling and co, then you are blind to it. Seriously. Seriously. It's daft. It's daft. And how can we see it with Raheem Sterling? Everyone go up in arms. Everyone, feel sorry for him and sympathise with him and say they're going to change their ways. And then we just shift targets. It's a disgrace, man. And it pisses me off because there's more important things to be worrying about at Manchester United. Like these owners and Ed Woodward and the issues that we have. Paul Pogba is the least of our worries. Guys, I needed to get that off my chest. I couldn't even be asked, but I watched that and it pissed me off. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment and sharing. I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.